Uplay Plus announced their list of games today. And Uplay Plus is basically the answer to all the other subscription services that we've seen popping up as of late. You had EA Access, which was available on Xbox One, ultimately came to PlayStation 4 as well. You have EA Origin Premier, which is available only on PC. You have PlayStation Now. You have Xbox Gamepass. I'm sure other companies are going to start soon. There's been talks that even Square Enix is going to dive in on the fun and have their own subscription-based service. So this video isn't really about whether or not you like or dislike subscription-based services, because the truth is a lot of people have used them for a very long time to consume other forms of media, such as Apple iTunes, the unlimited music service there, Spotify, Pandora, Hulu, Netflix, the list goes on and on. This is nothing new. It's just finally catching up to the gaming market. What I do want to talk about is the actual list of Ubisoft games themselves, because I think for $15 a month, this is actually a really good service if you've been living under a rock for a very long time, or if you're new to gaming. And I know that sounds like I'm making fun of Ubisoft, and I'm not. I don't think the price point is unrealistic. It's comparable to what you see with all the other subscription services. It's just the games are games that a lot of us cut our teeth on growing up. You have pretty much every Ubisoft game you can ever think of with the gold or the ultimate edition included at that price point. Every Far Cry game, every Assassin's Creed game, every Tom Clancy's whatever, whether it be Ghost Recon or Rainbow Six, even Wildlands. Well, that's Ghost Recon, I guess, isn't it? I'm sorry, Breakpoint. New games coming out. That's what I wanted to say. The new games coming out. Those will be included pretty much day and date as far as I can tell, which does include Ghost Recon Breakpoint. There we go. As well as Watch Dogs Legion, which I just talked about last night with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and the infamous hit record scandal of 2019. So lots and lots of games that were out, plus some that are coming out. The question is if you feel that's a good value or not. For me, it's something that I'm going to pass on. Initially, I was warm to the idea because I have yet to play The Division 2, and I would like to get into Ghost Recon Wildlands. I would like to play Watch Dogs Legion. But I don't necessarily feel that $15 a month will really get me the most bang for my buck, only considering right now that Game Pass is a laundry list of games from many, many vendors, both first party and third party. And I think that that still remains the premier service right now in terms of competition. PlayStation Now has come a long way, now allowing you to download titles as well, and they have definitely started to build up quite a catalog of games themselves, but not with the day and date stuff that Game Pass is doing, which to me is really what solidifies Game Pass right now as the premier service. That said, Ubisoft is definitely stepping up their game by opening up all their games and really including all the definitive editions, even on stuff that's really relatively new, such as Far Cry 5, the expansion to Far Cry 5, New Dawn, and all the other games that they've been working on, The Division 2, with all the DLC and all the season passes. So if you really haven't played a lot of Ubisoft games, this is a no-brainer. To get the entire back catalog of every Assassin's Creed game, every Ghost Recon game, every Splinter Cell game, The Division, The Crew, everything that Ubisoft really has kind of put their stamp on in terms of open world tactical shooters. Great, great value. But for the rest of us, like me looking at my video game wall right behind this camera, I can count all the Assassin's Creed games. I have them all lined up, and they were fun. I enjoyed them, but I don't feel like my value is really well spent at $15 a month. I think if Ubisoft wanted to be creative and they really wanted to push the envelope, they should consider a la carte titles at a reduced price point. I think that might get people more interested, particularly people like me who haven't played these big open world MMO games to their fullest quite yet, kind of waiting it out for the game to catch up in terms of patching, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a video later on this week. But I realized that when the Division 2 came out, it was going to be rough around the edges, and I loved the Division 1, absolutely adored it, played the hell out of it. But I knew that the Division 2 needed a little bit of time to marinate. Seems like it's in a much, much better state now. I'm actually very excited to finally dive into it. But when you see it on sale right now for the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One for $20 and you own it forever, again, that is the base edition, but my point is it's hard to justify a $15 subscription just for a few games, at least in my case. But again, if you're somebody who hasn't really played Ubisoft games, you might find this value amazing. It's only for PC right now. It's going to have a free trial coming out in September, but now that the game list has been populated, I will post a link in the description box below so you could read them all for yourselves. At least now you have a little bit better decision. You can make an informed decision as to whether or not this is something you want to spend your hard-earned coin on. With that, I'd like to close out this video and to thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.